Okay, so in yesterday's class, we have discussed about some of the basics, how to compile and what is meant by py file and what is meant by .pyc file, and how to compile a multiple files and how to close the Python shell and all these concepts. So now today we are going to start the introduction about our Python. So first thing I want to tell about a Python is, so already before going to discuss our Python, we have discussed some of the programming languages like C, C++, and Java also. So now I want to talk about a Python. First thing I want to talk, why the name Python? Why not any other name? Why not Anaconda? Okay, it may be anything. Why not Anaconda? Why he has placed a name called as Python? There should be some reason. My name is Shivaram. There should be some reason. Okay, it is not like that. So if we are going to consider any name, there should be some reason. So for example, in our school days, in my school days, one of my social madam told that Chinese or some other country people, they will keep the names by dropping a vessel. That means, for example, if you take a cup, or not a cup, a small vessel, a glass, steel glass, and they will leave on the ground. If it makes the sound like tongue, they will name it as his name as a tongue. If it sounds like a ting, they will name his name as his or her name as a ting. Okay, in that way they are going to name name the people in those. So here we are having some as we are an Indians, we are having some traditions like we will keep the names of gods or goddesses. We will keep in this way. We are having some traditions so that we are placing those names. So as my father and mother likes me, Shiva and Rama, they have kept me name called as Shivaram. Okay. In the same way, how the name Python is for this program, how they kept the Python name for this program means, see, for example, before going to this, I want to talk about Java language. So we have seen many movies. For example, in those movies, they will talk about, when some people say about Java programming language, they will talk about whether it is a Ragi Java or something. Okay, there is some meaning about this Java, for this Java. So how this name Java came for this language means, so James Gosling is there, who developed the Java program. James Gosling is one of the person who developed this Java. So they are very they want to develop a programming language which is very strong, which is very robust, which is a platform independent, and all those things. So generally, if we are going to work for a long time, generally we will take what, coffees or tea, coffee or tea. Okay. So in the same way, they have taken coffee, uh, so that they have created a successfully a programming language. Initially, they want to name it. So generally, wherever they have developed that programming language, the country's nationality is oak tree. National tree name is what, oak tree. So they have named the programming language as oak. That means what, initial name of Java is what, oak. So next, so as we are going to have, if the name is related to nation, some allegations will be there. So they have some allegations for this oak tree, and they have changed it as a Java. Why they have changed it as a Java means, so they are drinking the coffee, and they thought that because of this coffee only, we have made the programming language, and they have named it as a Java. And they thought that where the coffee beans are coming from, that means they are taking the coffee regularly by doing this developing this programming language. So they thought that they think where, from where these are coming, that so those coffee beans are coming from an island called as Java Island. Okay, Java Island. So that they have named it as a Java. It's very simple. Okay. In the same way, how our Python programming language is named as, why it is named as a Python. So a small example, so maximum, so many people will think that, so Python is very strong, what we can say, a snake, so that they are placed, our Python programs are very strong, so that they have named it as a Python. Some people will think, that Python is, when compared to so many, what we can say, snakes, Python is long or large, so they have placed it as a Python. No, these are not the reasons. Just the people who don't know about the Python language will think all these reasons. But the main reason is, Okay, so the person who developed this Python is, the name of that person is Guido van Rossum. Remember the name? Guido van Rossum. Okay, he has developed this Python program. Name is what? Guido van Rossum. So generally nowadays, the people now listening, who are listening this class, will have some interest on some, for example, some what we can say, television programs. For example, Telugu people will like some comedy show called as Jabardast. Okay, for example. Okay, some people may like Big Boss, for example. Okay, in this way, some people like some different what we can say, programs in television. In the same way, our Guido van Rossum has liked one program. The name of that program is what? See, generally the people who are seeing the Telugu programs, maximum people will like Jabardast, or some people will like this Big Boss, and so on. In the same way, the Guido van Rossum liked one program in BBC. The name of that program is Monty's. Okay, uh, Python Monty's Python Flying Circus. Flying Circus. Okay. So he is very interested in seeing this particular program in BBC. So this program is telecasted in BBC. Okay. In BBC. So that he liked that show, so that he has named it as a Python. This is the small reason why he has named it as a Python. Some people will think that, sir, why he has placed it? Because we are not the developers of that program. He is the developer of that particular program, Python programming language. So he has named it as a Python. That is a silly reason, we can say, but again, no problem. The name Python came from this Monty's Python Flying Circus, which was telecast in BBC from year, I think, 1969 to from 1969 to 1974. Okay, in BBC. Okay, so he has named the programming language as Python. Okay, let's see a small, what we can say, um, Monty's Python Flying Circus. You can see. So see here, you can see here, Monty Python's Flying Circus. So it was telecasted from what we can say, from 1969 to 1974, and in BBC. Okay, in BBC. Okay, right. So he has named it as a Python. This is the reason why he has named it as a Python. If you want to develop a programming language which you want to develop, if you like Jabardast, you can place Jabber, or you can place it as Jabardast also, no problem, because it is our own programming language. We can name it, no problem. Okay, so in this way, our Rossum has named our Python programming language. Okay. So when he was developed this programming language, means in 1989. Okay, at a place called as, you can say, that National Research Institute. Okay, where he developed this one means National Research Institute. Okay, so in Netherlands. Okay. Okay, so now here a few things you have to understand is what. So Python, Guido van Rossum has developed the Python programming language in which year? 1989. At which place? National Research Institute in Netherlands. So here, but this particular Python is available not from 89. It is officially available from 1991. So generally we will study from 1991. So some people will say that if you want the exact date, it is from Feb 20. Okay, Feb 20, 1991. Our Python came into existence. There is a versions of Python started from 1991. Okay, we can say this date as the official date for Python. So, but it was available from 1989. It was developed by Guido van Rossum. So these are some points about our developer who develops Python. Okay, why he has placed the name, you can see here. So Monty's Python's flying circus is there. Okay, from that he has taken the name called as Python. Right. One important point already I have discussed in previous sessions. That is what. So here we are having a shell. Python interactive shell is there. Okay, Python shell, which is very interactive to execute our Python statements. If you see this one, this is called as a shell. Okay, this is Python shell. This is available for the Python from first version onwards. That is what, from Python 1.0. Python shell is available from 1.0 version onwards. But when compared to Java, which is one of the well-named programming language, that is Java, it is not having a Python shell up to 1.5, 1.8 version. So in Java, from 1.9 version onwards, we are having a shell called as J shell. They have developed a shell called as J shell. Okay. So it is one of the advantage of Python shell from starting onwards. From starting of the programming language, we are having a shell called as Python shell. But if we consider Java, in Java up to 1.8 version, we are not having any concept of Java shell. So from 1.9, they also developed one shell called as J shell. Okay, which is for Python. Okay, this is a small introduction about how the name and what we can say, who has developed this Python, and how the name Python is given to that programming language, and in which year it was introduced. Okay, so now let us see important things about this Python. So first thing we have to understand is, very important thing you have to understand, Python programming language is, so if anybody tells about Python, you should remember these three words compulsory. That is what? General purpose, comma, high level, comma, interpreted. Minimum things you have to get in your mind is these four things. Okay, I will include one more thing. Dynamic. Okay, Python is which language? It is a general purpose, high level, interpreted, and dynamic programming language. Okay, these four words are very important when we are discussing about Python. Okay, let us see about these four words. So first, let us see about general purpose. What is meant by general purpose? So general purpose means it has to be used for, it can be used for any of the purposes. For example, I will take a small example. That is, if we talk about a general purpose software, we can listen like general purpose software and specific software. Okay, so if we consider a VLC player, for example, application software. Okay, two things I want to differentiate. That is what? Application software. So if we understand these things, we can understand what is meant by general purpose. So you can see application software and general purpose software. Okay, or system software. Okay, let us take general purpose software. So if you see these two things, I will consider application software as, for example, VLC and Google Chrome, for example. And here, if we consider, generally we will use one of the general purpose software is what? Operating system. Okay, so here why we are calling this one as a application software means, here this application software is used only for specific purpose. If we consider VLC player, what is the use of this VLC player? To see the movies or to listen the songs. If we consider this Chrome, just for accessing internet. Okay, for browsing purpose, we are going to use Chrome. That means here some specific purpose is there for these two applications here. In the same way, if we consider operating system, we can perform many operations. In operating system, we can perform multiple functions. So it is called as general purpose. For example, I can perform a open operation. I can perform close. I can open notepad. Many things can be done here. So our operating system is considered as general purpose. So here Python is called as what? Python is a general purpose programming language. So general purpose means what? By using this Python language, we can develop many different type of applications, or in many areas we can use this general Python programming language. So for example, I have developed one programming language, a small, my name is Shiva, so that I have developed a programming language called as Shiva language, Shiva programming language. So I have developed this programming language only for example, embedded systems or IoT applications. I have developed this programming language only for IoT applications. If I want to use this programming language, for example, in machine learning, is it possible? It is not possible, because I have developed this programming language only for IoT applications. It is not a general purpose programming language. It is a specific purpose programming language, because the Shiva language is, for what reason I have developed, it is only useful for IoT applications. It is specific for IoT applications. So, but if I consider a Python programming language, it is general purpose programming language. That means what? This particular programming language can be used in multi-way. Okay, for multiple purposes we can use. For example, we can use this one for machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, embedded systems. We can network programming, database systems. We can use anywhere. So we are calling it as a general purpose programming language. So let us talk about this high level programming language. Generally, I don't want to discuss much about this high level. High level is nothing but the language which can be understandable by the users or a human beings or a programmers or anything, which is a high level. Okay, so it is easy to understand. And what we can say, it is not high level means what? It is not machine level. That means here it is not having the zeros and ones. It is having a general English statements. So it is easy to understand. Interpreted, already we have seen what is meant by interpreted in previous session. That is what? Directly here there is no concept of there is no two-step execution process is there for executing. Directly it is going to interpret the program. That directly we are going to send our program to interpreter, so it is going to execute that program. So we will see about these things in detail next when we are going to see the features of Python. We will see it. Now dynamic, very important feature of our Python is what? Dynamic. So for this I have to take one example so that you can understand clearly. So I am going to take a small example in Java, because I have to compare these things. Without comparing with other languages, we cannot say, or we cannot see the advantage of Python, and we cannot see the static and dynamic nature. So for example, in Java, if I want to take a value 10, compulsory I have to take int a equal to 10. So what here it is saying? Here, this is what? This is a variable which is storing the value 10. From after this statement, anywhere if I call a, that the meaning of that one is what? It is nothing but 10. Okay, so a is which type? Here I'm going to specify some type. It is what? Int type. That means in entire your Java program, if you are going to use a value, it should be which type of value? It should be only integer type of value. That means, for example, if I want to change a value, I have to give only which values? Integer type of values, int type of values. If I am trying to give, for example, Boolean type, these are called as Boolean types. Okay, it is not possible. It is invalid. Why it is invalid? See here, Java is not a what we can say dynamic programming language. It is a static things. Here the allocation will be static. So here what is the a value here? Here a value is 10, and I am going to fix the type of a. What is the type of a here? It is a int type. That means only integer values can be stored in a. This is going to be fixed. At compile time it is going to be fixed. So we can call this one as what? Static things. But so if I want to initialize any value into this a, that has to be only integers. So this is valid, no problem, because what we have done here, only I have changed the 10 to 20, no problem. These are integers, it is possible. But here I am making it as a what? I am going to initialize the value called as Boolean type. Don't worry about these types. Just see here. Just think that this is not a integer type. So if I want to store anything in int, which type can be stored? Only integer values can be stored. The reason is what? I have fixed it at compile time or statically. I have fixed the a as which type? Int type. So I will show you that example so that you will get some clarity about that. So see, I will write a small program for that. Okay. See, if we want to write any program, compulsory Java program has to be written inside a what we can say class. So here, basic thing for this one is what? Public static void main. So here in brackets, compulsory it should be string args. Okay, it should be an array. So again here we have to see. Just I'm going to write the values. Int a equal to 10. I don't want to change anything. Just I want to print that value. System dot out dot print ln. Okay, here I'm going to print a value. So the output will be, if I'm going to execute this program, the output will be 10. Okay, I'm storing it in a desktop. Okay, now see, I want to execute this program. Just it will take only 1 minute. Okay, now see, for executing a Java program, we have to do what? Compilation, right? So main thing here, why I'm showing this Java programming is here you have to understand about the dynamic nature of our Python programming language. So when compared to other programming languages, our Python programming is going to act as a dynamic programming language. Okay, now see, after completing, just I'm going to enter Java space A. So just it is going to print what? The value is called as 10. Just the value is what? 10. Now, just I will modify the value here. If I want to, for example, here I am going to write a equal to 20, for example. So here, if I print once again a value, okay, here I am going to print once again a value. I have saved this program. Once again, the compilation has to be done. Every time the saving, after saving, the compilation has to be done. Otherwise, the previous output will be generated. So what is the output here? 10, 20. That means if you are going to initialize int type of value, there is no problem. But now see, I am trying to store different value. Okay, that is what Boolean type. Okay, otherwise, for your understanding purpose, I am going to store some 10.25, which is a floating point number. Okay, here I am going to print once again system.out.println a. Now let us see what happens. See, compiler will stop me because it knows that. See here, what it is saying: incompatible types, possible loss conversion from double to int. That means if we want to store a floating point number, which is of by default floating point number is double type in Java. So if you want to store double type in integer, you are going to lose some data. It is going to give me what? Such a compile time error or compile time exception it is going to give to me. That means what? Compulsory, if you are going to place the type of an integer, compulsory in that variable, we have to store only those type of data. It is compulsory. Now I will go to Python program. Okay, now see here I'm going to take a value as 10. Did I write anything like int a equal to 10 in those steps? No. So a value, what I'm going to store? 10. I will print once a. So what is the value you got here? A is 10. That means what? Now some people will think that, sir, a is which type? So if you want to see the type of the a, just to type of a. See which type it is. Int type. Okay, sir. Now as you have shown in before example in Java, type 20. So a equal to 20. Now again I will print a. What is the a value? 20. Now again check the type of what we can say a, type of a. What is the type? Int type. Up to here it is, there is no problem. But now see, I am going to change the type of a. 10.5 I am going to store. According to our knowledge, 10.5 is which type of number? Floating point number. It is not integer number. So can I store this type in our Java or any other programming language? No, it is not possible. Because those are what statically those are going to be initialized. Okay, the type is going to be fixed, but here type is not going to be fixed. If I type enter also, there is no problem. If I print a, it is going to give me what? 10.5. So now I want to check the type of a. Now tell me, what is the type of a here? Which value is present in a here? 10.5. 10.5 is nothing but what? Float type. Okay, sir. As these are two are numerical types, it may store. try to store some other type. For example, I want to try Boolean type. Don't worry about these types if you don't know also initially. We can understand later. So A equal to true. True is one of the type, Boolean type. If I press enter, what happens? There is no error here. If I print A, we are going to get what I can say the true. If I print again, once again, if I want to see type of A, what we are going to get? Boolean. Here you have to understand one thing, that if you want to change the nature while executing, we can change it. That concept is called as dynamic nature. Okay, so we can call our programming language, Java programming language as, sorry, Python programming language as dynamic programming language. Okay, or sorry, dynamic typed programming language. Okay, this is very important thing we have to understand, because in our Java program you have seen some differences. So here if I initialize or if I declare any value with int, it is fixed. We cannot change the value of A. Okay, some people may think that, sir, can't we write float A? Let us see what happens. Float A equal to 20, for example. Okay, float A equal 20. Here I will remove this one. This statement I will remove. Okay, right. Now I will save this program. So if I try to do that particular initialization, you are going to get what? How we can keep the same name for two different things? It is not possible. So it is saying what? Variable A is already defined in the method main. Where it is defined? It is defined in here. In int, A is declared as int here. Once again, how you can declare the same name with the same name as a float? It is not possible. But here what happens in our Python, we can name here first A value is what? 10. A value is 10. It is an int type. So I have printed it. I have used the name A for this 10 value. Completed. The usage of 10 is completed for me. So I am going to take A value as 20. I have used it for some operations. I don't want to use 20 for A. I am going to change it. But you have to think one thing, that here whenever we are going to use every time A, the what we can say, the thing is going to be changed. Here what I have given for A, yes. So it is string type. If I see the type of A here, so don't worry about the string and characters. Later when we go for data types, we can understand there. So it is a string type, str type. So that means what? Whenever we want to change the nature of a variable, we can change it. Again, I want to make it as an integer, for example. So I want to make it as an integer, print A. So see, if I type A, type of A, we are going to get what? Int. That means what? Dynamically, the value of the nature of the variable or identifier is going to be changed here. So we can say our Python language as dynamically typed programming language. So very important feature of Python. Okay, right. Anyway, now I will go back to our Python file sample. Okay, right. So here, let us see now. So until here we have understood what is meant by Python and basic things. Now let us see. So if we consider different programming languages, let us consider C language. It is a, what we can say, it is a procedural oriented. C is a procedural oriented or structure oriented. We can say it. Okay, it is a structural oriented. Okay, right. Oriented. Right. Now if I consider C++, it is also same. So what is the difference between C and C++? There is, just if you can observe, some people who don't know about the programming language, they will think that what is the difference between C and C++? Means they will say just the difference is only plus plus. Yes, the difference is only plus plus. But what is meant by plus plus? Plus plus is nothing but every feature of procedural oriented, that is C, is present in our C++, and also that plus plus means what? Additionally, we are going to get object oriented programming features. Okay, object oriented features. In the same, if you are going for Java, it is object oriented programming language. So now come to our very important programming language, that is Python. Python is not Okay, if I consider Python, it is not a single oriented. It is having a first thing is what? It is a functional oriented or functional. Okay, functional programming. We can consider it as a functional programming. We can consider it as a object oriented. Okay, object oriented. Next, we can also have scripting language. Scripting. Okay, it is also a modular language. Okay, it's also a modular language. So very important things. If I ask you about C language, just we will say what? Procedure oriented or structure oriented. If I consider C++, only it is procedure oriented and, sorry, here not or, it is and object oriented. If I consider Java, it is only object oriented. But when coming to the Python, it is functional programming and also object oriented and also scripting language features it is having, and it is having the features of modular programming also. So you may get some doubt, sir, how Python is getting all these features? So generally, see one thing that if I want to develop something, I will copy the things from other programming languages. There's a chance. Okay, in the same way here also. Okay, here also our Python has taken functional programming features from C language. Okay, in the same way, object oriented programming features from C++. Some people will think that, sir, why our Python has not taken the features of Java? Because Java is only object oriented. When compared to C++, Java is only object oriented, and it is also popular language when compared to C++. But the reason why Python has not taken object oriented features from Java is our Python has came into existence in 1991, and our Python came into existence in 1990. Sorry, Java came into existence in 1995. So before Java only Python came into existence. So that is the reason why Python has not taken the features of object oriented from Java. Okay, it is also having the scripting language features. Those are taken from Perl language and shell scripting. Okay, right. From shell scripting and Perl, it has taken some of the features of scripting language and modular language. There is a programming language. There is a modular 3 is there. So modular 3 is there. From here, it is taken a features called as modular programming. These are the very important things we have to observe. Okay, one is what? Python is which oriented? It is functional oriented, object oriented. It can also have features of some scripting languages, and also it is having modular programming features also. Right. So here, if you see something, sir, here it is taking the features of C, functional programming features. From C++, it is taking object oriented. In the same way, for scripting, it is taking from shell script, and also we can say, okay, it is a shell script. Okay, and also we are having a modular 3. How syntax, from where it has taken syntax? Okay, syntax is taken from two languages called as A and ABC. Some people will think that, sir, we know C, sir, we don't know about ABC, sir. But there is a programming language called as ABC. Our Python has taken features from C and ABC. Okay, you have to remember these few points about this Python. Okay, syntax is taken from where? C and ABC languages. Right. Language. Okay, right now let us see in which areas we can use our Python. Okay, or applications of Python. We can consider it as a applications of Python. This area is very important for us because we are not from one area. We are here. The many participants are there. One is student. Some people may be from students, and some are from software industry. Some are from faculty. Some other are from other side. So here multiple disciplinary participants are there. So now we can see where this Python can be used. So first one, for desktop applications. Okay, that means, for example, if we consider what is meant by desktop applications, whatever the things we are using in our computer are called as what? Desktop applications. Next, we can also consider web applications. So compulsory, the people knows what is meant by web applications. Next, we can also have database applications. These are the different areas where we are going to use our Python. Next, we can also have network. Some people are there from networking areas also. So in networking also, in networking related applications also, we are going to use this Python. And gaming. Okay, gaming, in gaming also we are using this Python. And next area is very important. From now you have to listen, understand carefully. Let's concentrate, because whatever the applications I am writing are trending now in current 2020. Those are data science. Okay, data science. First one is data science. Internally in this data science, we are going to have many things like data analytics. Okay, we can consider some data visualization. I am going to consider under this one only, visualization. Okay, right. Next, I will go to one more field, that is machine learning. So many of us are listening these words regularly nowadays. Machine learning, or we can consider artificial intelligence and machine learning. Artificial intelligence, okay, and machine learning, very important areas. These two are now in our trending. Okay, next we can also have IoT applications. We can also use these things in IoT applications. We can also consider in audio and video applications also. So I don't want to extend these things more because there are many applications are there, but mainly I will focus on these things. Okay, many are there. First, let us see about what is meant by desktop applications. So you can understand what is meant by desktop applications. For example, I will consider here this one, Paint is there. For example, Paint is there. This is one of the desktop application. If we consider calculator in our system, it is a the desktop application. So to develop these type of applications, we are going to have, we can use the Python. Okay, we can use what? Python programming language. So you may get some doubt, sir. Generally, if we are going to develop any application, we will have some support from our libraries. Can you give me some names of those libraries which are used for desktop applications? Yes, I will give you few. We are having some Camelot module is there which supports our desktop applications like Kiwi, GTK, and many other different applications are there. So I will not give you more because it is not such important to remember. If you belong to, if you are developer of desktop applications, you have to understand about these things. Okay, there are many other. Okay, just I'm giving 2 or 3 things. Okay, if you are going for web applications, now Django is there. Okay, very famous framework, and also Pyramid also one of the famous. So these are what frameworks. If you go to in this only, if you are going for micro frameworks, there we are going to use Flask. A popular thing, popular framework, micro framework is what? Flask, and also we are having a bottle micro framework is there. Okay, and next here, if we consider database applications, so database applications means what? If you are going to develop any application, if you require the data in that application, compulsory database is required. So to develop those database applications also, for example, how this Python is used in database applications, I will give you few package names. We can use all maximum whatever the database are there. Many databases can be used with this Python. So some of the databases are Oracle database. We can use MySQL. We can use PostgreSQL. We can use, and many other SQLite we can use. So many databases can be used with this Python. I will write some package names which can be used here. Sir, if I want to use, what can I say? Oracle database, I have to import which package? CX underscore Oracle. If I want to use MySQL, you have to use what? Py Microsoft SQL, okay, MS SQL, okay. This is a package. Sir, if I want to go for Python program, sorry, network programming, that means what? My area is networking, sir. So how, which type of packages I can use? For network applications, we are having many things. For example, networking means what? Let us consider. Now I am talking to you, but we are not in the same place, okay. We are using some network. That means what? The data from here is transferring to you. So internally we are having what? Many protocols are going to be used. So for a main important protocol for internet is internet protocol, that is what? IP. So or we can consider one more important protocol, that is what? TCP by IP. Okay, in this way we are having many protocols. For each and every protocol we are having some what we can say, packages, or we can call it as a modules, URL lib. So in this URL lib is very important. We will see about this URL lib when we are going for web scraping. Okay, there we can focus on this one. Okay, and we will also have some NNT lib. I think if the people are from computer science, they can listen these words: telnet, telnet library. Okay, sorry, telnet. It is not a telnet. Telnet. Okay, these are the different protocols that are used in our networking, and these are the packages or modules that are relating to our networking. So if you want to go for gaming, there also we can use many programming languages, like we are having PyScopy, okay, PySoy. But these are for 3D applications. If you want to develop a 3D game, we will go for PySky. And also, if you want to go for a normal 2D or normal games, we will go for Pygame. And many other also are there. Now here, if you want to see about data science, multiple or many important packages are there which will use regularly. Okay, so if you know at least machine learning, or if you listen at least about the deep learning or data science or artificial intelligence, basically NumPy will be there, Pandas will be there. These are the packages which are very important. Skype will be there, scikit-learn will be there. These are very important packages. Minimum basic things we have to know. These are the things. TensorFlow will be there, Keras will be there, PyCharm will be there. Sorry, not PyCharm. PyCharm is what our IDE. PyTorch will be there, Matplotlib will be there, and so on. I don't want to discuss all those things. Just I want to give a idea how which type of modules will be used. So these same things will be used in our artificial intelligence and also machine learning also. The same type of things can also be used in our artificial intelligence and machine learning, and many other things are there. If we consider the areas of our artificial intelligence, machine learning will be there, deep learning, and also we can consider robotics. We can also consider natural learning process, NLP. If we consider NLP, again there are some important NLP is nothing but what? Natural learning process. Okay, here we are having some NTTK. It is a one of the module. This is one module, and we are having many other modules. So for particular area, we are going to have what? Multiple modules. Many modules are there. If we go for IoT, we are having some modules. If we go for audio and video also, we are having some modules in our Python. So that based on the area, we are going for individual modules. Okay, if we consider this one, we are having some modules, NRA, we are having sockets. Socket is important thing when we are going for IoT. Sockets is there, and the same way requests module is there. If we can also use these modules, the related module, whenever we are going for data in our IoT, we can use not these things. Okay, we can use these things also. NumPy, Pandas, those things will be can also be used in IoT applications also. Okay, if you are going for audio editing or video editing, we are having many applications. Okay, so like AIFC and Wave, many other things are there. Okay, and so on. So these are the different areas where our Python is going to be used, and I have given some of the modules for you. Okay, and some of the modules for each and every application. For example, I am a web developer. Okay, better go for a framework called as Django. Okay, so in Django, again, once again, there are multiple applications, are multiple modules are there, or Pyramid, or if you want to go for micro frameworks in our Python, we are having Flask and Bottle. These two are somewhat popular. And if you want to go for database applications, we will see these things, because we are going to see about Oracle database and Microsoft SQL also. So we will see about these two modules. And if you want to go for networking, these type of modules are important, and so on. Okay, so these are the different areas where we are going to use our Python. Okay, some people will have, before going to join in this Python training, they will think that, sir, if I join in this one, why I have to join? So I have to tell all these things. This is in these areas we are going to use the Python. And also some people will ask, what are the companies this Python is going to be used? Very famous companies, those are very big companies are using this one. So I don't want to discuss all the names of the companies, but whatever the companies generally we know, which are very huge companies, I will discuss about those things. One is Google, YouTube. We can also know Dropbox. You know, the people who knows general names I am going to give. NASA. Okay, Instagram, general application where we are going to use for our what we can say social app. It is a, and Spotify is an app. eBay. Okay, it's the e-commerce app, we know. BBC. Okay, next VMware, Microsoft, Yahoo. Big company. I don't want to discuss small companies. Microsoft, Yahoo, and so on. Okay, these are some of the companies that are using our. Some people may get this, are only these companies are there which are using Python. There are multiple companies are there. Let us see what are those companies. So if you can see companies using Python, see, Amazon is using HCL. Many companies are there. Infosys, Curlin, Tata, Cisco, PayPal, okay, Capgemini, IBM, RBS, okay, Accenture, Sybase, Amazon, Netflix, okay. Generally, nowadays in our lockdown period, we are generally using these type of platforms: Netflix, LinkedIn, Deloitte, Yahoo, Facebook, Adobe, Box, Intel, Twitter, okay. Many other famous companies are using this one. But one thing you have to observe is, sir, you are telling that Yahoo is using Python. If I know Python, can I go to Yahoo? No, it is not the case. If I consider any software company or any company, there are multiple posts will be there. They are not only using Python, they are using multiple things. Okay, but they are also using Python. You have to understand these things. NASA is what is a some space related thing. One which is present in our America, which is present in America. Okay, for some work they are using Python. For all the equipment, for all the management, they are not using Python. For only one small area they are using Python. Okay, you have to understand these things. Okay, so this is about some of the applications and some of the companies where Python is used.